And welcome back. Thanks so much for spending your Saturday morning with us. We're going to talk finance now. For many hardworking families, it feels like the monthly budget just keeps getting tighter, but the why might not always be so clear. Sometimes the real problem isn't that one big expense, it's the little ones that quietly keep adding up. So joining us now to help explain is our money and business expert, Derek Kinney. Derek, I'm so glad you're here this morning. How are you?
I'm doing great, Adriana. It's so great to see you.
Awesome. Well, let's dive in. You call these kinds of expenses hidden budget killers. So what are some of the most common ones quietly draining our bank accounts?
Well, it's all about convenience. Think about you've had a hard week at work and you're on your way home. You want to stop and get a snack. You want to get a treat. You want to get the coffee at Starbucks on Saturday morning. All of these things add up. One of the most common ones, though, that most people overlook, and it's called insurance inflation. For example, you think about your homeowner's insurance, automobile insurance, those often go higher than what inflation goes or what your yearly raises go. It's costing you this invisible money. You got to have the coverage, but it feels like it's making things tighter and tighter, and that's where people begin to struggle financially.
Yeah, and we know, we always advise people, check often, check with other companies for insurance because you might get a better deal. But hey, sometimes it feels like we're not spending much, yet somehow that money just disappears. So where do you usually see the biggest leaks, Derek?
One of the biggest ones, and I think many people will relate to this, is in subscriptions. It's so easy now to just click the button and suddenly it's $1.99 a month or $5 a month. You don't think about it, but if suddenly you have 10 subscriptions, that could easily be $50 to $100 a month going out the door that you're not even aware you're getting value for. The other thing is typically when we eat out, when we use a credit card, we know that people say that when you use credit, you're likely to spend about 20% more because it's invisible money. You don't see it. All of those things, once you begin to take notice of them, you'll realize maybe I am spending too much. Do I need to maybe cut back a bit, but not always take the joy out of my life?
Yeah, and when we talk about subscriptions, they keep raising the rates. I really wish they'd stop doing that. Well, when someone finally looks at their spending and realizes these little things are really adding up, what's the easiest way to start fixing it?
So just like you'd go to the doctor if you needed to have a delicate medical procedure done, I call this doing a financial x-ray on your money. So on a sheet of paper this afternoon, it's a great day on a Saturday, or on your phone, I want you to write down every expense you have. And what this lets you do, Adriana, is sort of be the CEO of your business and your money and your life in terms of how do I look at all these expenses and say, which ones do I need and which ones do I want, and can I cut things that I don't actually need? But the goal is start with how much money do I want to save and let that guide you then in terms of which things to cut.
All right, some of us are going to start to have to ask those questions. Do we really need Netflix, Disney Plus? Hard decisions,
the hard
right?
questions, yes.
The answer is yes. Oh my goodness. Thanks so much, Derek, again for joining us this morning.